Fantastic Four First Steps. The trailer just dropped yesterday. And I must say, I'm actually pretty pleased with it. It's not bad. First Fantastic Four movie from the early 2000s with Chris Evans and Jessica Alba, that I had no problem with. I actually thought it was really good at the time. I do feel like they undersold and kind of messed up Doctor Doom a bit, but it was solid. Now that second movie, Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer, that was garbage, where they was changing powers. That was just like an SNL skit. That was horrible. This, on the other hand, Fantastic Four First Steps, bravo. My only semi-complaint is Galactus. The CGI looks kind of slightly cartoony a bit. I know most people in the comment section down below is going to say, hey, well, they're still polishing the CGI. You know, they got time. And it's like, yeah, but do you really need to go and polish it that much? They have time to figure it out, you know? And aside from Galactus' CGI, isn't he like the size of the planet almost? Actually bigger than that? He's supposed to be a planet eater. I'm assuming he shrunk himself down. That's the reason why he's walking around on Earth, but still it's just like, okay, well why would you be walking around on Earth then? Because you're supposed to just eat the planet, right? So that was a little bit confusing, but like I said, haven't seen the movie yet. We don't know. Aside from that, I think the suits actually look really nice. I was actually kind of worried about that. I thought that it would look a little bit hokey and like gimmicky, and I actually really thought it was going to look stupid. But they pulled it off, and I got to give them kudos and props to that. Sue Storm looks like Sue Storm. Pedro Pascal, at first I was a little bit iffy about that. I'm like, him as Mr. Fantastic? I know that he has the acting chops to be able to pull it off. No doubt in my mind, he's going to kill the role. He's going to crush it. He's going to do great. I just don't know if he's going to have the same punch that Vanessa Kirby has as the Invisible Woman, because she actually looks like Sue Storm. Pedro Pascal is actually a very seasoned actor by now, and I feel like it's because of that he feels like Pedro Pascal playing Mr. Fantastic. He doesn't feel like Mr. Fantastic. For example, with Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. wasn't necessarily a household name before playing Iron Man. And because Robert Downey Jr. was not a household name, he merged with the character very well because we didn't know what to expect from him. Same thing with Chris Hemsworth and Thor. The Human Torch, he looked a little bit too goofy. I wanted him to be more of like have that same feel that what Chris Evans gave us in the old Fantastic Four movies, but I understand this is a new take. And The Thing, this is going to be interesting. I'm very much interested to see his personality. There seems like there's going to be some character depth there, which of course there will be. He looks like a giant rock, and he didn't always look like that. One of my main concerns about this was, and still is, aside from the CGI giant monster that's clearly going to come up at the end that I hope they don't beat, because Galactus is not a one-time movie villain. Galactus is the type of villain you got to keep like having come back, and realistically he can have his own arc, or it should take at least 2 or 3 movies to actually beat him. So hopefully they don't kill him off at the end of the movie. But aside from that, my main concern about this was the fact that they're going to start off with their powers already, and they're briefly going to touch on their backstory of how they got their powers. I don't know how I feel about that, because they did that with Spider-Man. I don't care about Tom Holland's Spider-Man at all. I own all the Spider-Man movies except for the first 2 Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. The only reason why I have the third one is for obvious reasons, because, you know, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield was in there. I don't care about Tom Holland's Spider-Man like that, to be honest. Do you? And then aside from that, I feel like Marvel has been getting very lazy over the past like 5-6 years with explaining the superheroes' powers. For example, Captain Marvel. I feel like they did a horrible job explaining her superpowers there. I know that she got it from the stone, but I don't really understand how it works exactly. They didn't really flush that out enough. And then when it comes to Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, how does the 10 rings work? What do they do exactly? Okay, he doesn't have powers. The rings have powers, but then again, his dad had powers and was immortal. So now is Shang-Chi immortal? So now technically speaking, Shang-Chi should not age, right? Because the rings didn't make his dad age, and they never explained that in the movie. So is Shang-Chi immortal now? Does he not age? They did not explain any of this in the Shang-Chi movie, right? They're just like, okay, he got powers, so let's go, action. That's why I was concerned there, because it's like you're taking something away there. You're making us miss character development. How was they before they got their powers, or if we see them get their powers, okay, well, how does their powers work? It seems like they're rushing into like the big popcorn like CGI fights instead of building character. The thing about this movie is that I do think they're going to build character, because a lot of Fantastic Four fans, like heavy Fantastic Four fans from what I've seen online and stuff, they say, hey, the Fantastic Four is about family. So from the trailer, it looks like they understand that, and it looks like they're going to center it, you know, around the family and have that character development there. And we all know how their powers work. We know how they got their powers. It's just kind of like nice to be able to like show it and flush that out, which it seems like they're going to do. But yeah, that's my take on the Fantastic Four trailer. What was your thoughts? Let me know down below. Don't forget to leave a like. It helps out the channel. Make sure to subscribe. Until next time, guys, you are loved.